does not know how to give up on people. If anybody says, oh, God gave up on me, that person is a liar. If there be anything, go and retrace. It is you that stop praying, stop talking, stop listening. So hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I know I've been gone for a while and that's nobody's fault. I slowly take it out. It's my fault. While I was gone, I had this thought that I said, let me share. God does not know how to give up on people. If anybody says, oh, God gave up on me, that person is a liar. If there be anything, go and retrace. It is you that stop praying, stop talking, stop listening. You know, when I entered year one, I wasn't a believer. I didn't enter with a strong mindset. We went to church, but it wasn't from the aspect of love of God, but rather as a routine, of course. In my year one, I just love money, and I like buying shawarma, ice cream. Not like anything has changed per se, because I still like shawarma. But back then, I used to do this nonsense thing. I perish. But God was so faithful that in my year one, I got to very lovely roommates, and out of them was Brightness. Brightness. We used to go to church because of her. She said, let's go to church. Most of the churches I went to before I was a believer, it was because the church had the AC. It wasn't because I was listening to what they had to say, but they had AC. But all those things was still God working on trying to bring me back to Him. So let's bring back the story. So before I got into university, I gave my life to Christ, but there was no foundation. I didn't have Christian friends. I didn't have any pastor that I followed. I just know that God saved me and I'm trying my best to live for Him. But it was just me. There was no fellowship. There was no friendship. There was nothing. There was no pastor. There was nobody to tell me, okay, this is what you need to do. But God was still faithful. He was still talking to me. But when I entered uni, my fellowship with Him just died. I just went. It just completely disappeared. And it was sad, but back then I don't think I recall what happened. Oh yeah, God had told me to do something, but I wasn't strong in the spirit at that time, so I didn't do it, of course, and that made me slip back into the world. So my year one, I entered school. It was so good. That was 2019 2020, before the COVID came, and I really enjoyed my year one. Our first semester was online. Our second semester was physical. When I entered school, I had this mindset that I was going to be, the best. I'm going to be first class, at least if I could do it. By second semester, I just wanted to graduate. By second semester of my year one, I wanted to graduate. And I had so many characters. I could list them out here, but some of them, I don't know if I still remember, but I know I had anger. I was extremely shy. I had low self-esteem. I was a gossiper. I was envious of people. I was a jealous person. I was so many times. I was a lot of things. But let's thank God. So in that garbage that I carried into my year one, it reflected. But I had a friend. I had Lola. Was my closest friend for years, and we are still friends till now. And when I was in year one, her and Brightness always tried their best to take me to church, but I don't think I was interested. But they would make sure I go to church. When Lola had something to do, she would call me and all that. So in my year one, I still went to church, but it wasn't out of love. It was just based on, maybe I just follow my friends now. So in my year two, I had and that's where I met Tommy in my year two, God's beloved child. So in my room in year two, I met Tommy. Tommy was a lover of God. I'm not going to lie, she was a lover of God. I wasn't. But this babe, every time she was going to church, she would say, oh, come, let's go to church. And the fact that our church had AC, I was just like, okay, I'm going to go again. But you see, all the while I was doing this, that I was going to church, I was having Christian friends, God was doing something to me. So in my year 2, I was more out, open, and I spoke to people a little bit more because I was always keeping to myself. In my year 2, I went out. I even attended a party. Me. Anybody that knows me knows me very well that I don't like parties. So I attended a party, which made me know that I will never attend another overnight party. Anyways, I attend parties. By year 2, me and my friend we had decided that we wanted to go all out, wanted to start, doing the base girls, body styles, and just be yourself. Don't care about your backgrounds and all that stuff. Just be who you are. Love yourself. And we're advocate of showing ourselves now because everybody is now, showing themselves. But God has a way of capturing people. So in my year 2, Tommy was still my friend. We were very close. Not that close the way we are now, but we were still close then. So we talk, we cheers, we band. Tommy was a dancer. So I remember then in the room she'd be dancing and all that stuff. But there was one day I was on my bed and I looked at her and I said, I want to be like her. This was because Tommy does not gossip. You cannot find Tommy where there's jealousy, where there's envy, where there's gossip. You can never find her there. It was always her. And you see that lifestyle, I wanted it because I felt like it was peaceful for her. But I didn't really venture into it. But every time Tommy would talk to me, she would make me join her fellowship, and I was not present at that time. Tommy is an example of a Christian that doesn't know how to give up on people, because she's an evidence that God does not give up on you. And with time, I started to grow fond of her and all that. It wasn't because Tommy was perfect. Tommy wasn't perfect, but Tommy was close to what I saw as perfection. She was close to what I saw as God. Like that, okay, this has to be how God is. Do you get? So after a while, the same year too, when I went for an overnight party and all that, when I came back, I just said, please, nobody should ever invite me to any party again. From year 2, I already knew that I was never going to go for any party, but it was just mouths because I already planned on being something else. So when I came back home for my year 2, seeds that God has been planting from year 1 to year 2, and this was about 4 years, because for some reason ASU strike played a significant role in my schooling. God was you hadn't given up. I came back and I was at home, and one fateful night like that, I was scrolling through social media, because I was the kind of person that I used to wish I was people. Like, I stayed like this and I would be like, I wish I was this person, I wish I was this person, I wish. I was never okay with being me. So I remember going through social media and I saw a picture and I started crying. I started really putting my, and I remember the words I said, it was, God help me, I'm tired. Because I was holding on to so many things. That night, it wasn't even a prayer. It wasn't like I was kabashing or I was begging. That was my begging. Like, God, please help me. I am tired. And the next morning, me who has not read my Bible for 4 years, I opened my Bible and I started reading. And that was the beginning of my work with God. But that was also the beginning of knowing that this God where I serve, if you give up. So there were days that I'll go up where everything is well and hearty, and there are days I'll go down where I feel like leaving God. And God will find me again and again and again. So in my year 3, year 4, it was hectic, but God was still there. Now, what I simply want to bring out of this thing is, I don't know how long, I don't even want to care how long you've been away from God. It's not that long that you will now say, because you've been this far apart, because you have been this straight away, I won't won't you again? Because any pastor or anyone that tells you that God cannot save you is a liar. They are a liar from Peter Well. God can save anybody. Anybody, no matter how bad their story is, no matter what they are, no matter what they've done, you have no right to assume for God that He can't save them. You are not God. Do you understand? You are not God. So, and that thing of, no, I've seen nothing that can be done. I am here and I'm putting it out to you that something can be done, which is knowing that this Heavenly Father you serve cannot give up. Because if 4 years I'd been away from Him, He came back to get me, He can come back and get you too. Okay? Bye. So yeah, this will be the end of my beautiful story. I hope you get something out of it. I just felt like saying it. And also, I hope it blesses you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And I pray that God protects you and blesses you.